Today, I'm going to show you how you can build with conveyors and trampolines in Build-A-Boat. Alright, so let's start off by building the conveyor. Now, what you want to do first and foremost is actually kind of like pick a size. So what I'm going to do for my conveyor is I'm going to go 2 by 2 by 1. So, yeah, exactly this shape right here. And the first thing you're going to want to do is actually build the design. So for my design, I actually decided to go with the conveyors from Islands because I honestly really like the way they look. And actually, I think they're pretty doable to build. Alright, so I'm just starting off by building like the general shape so I get an idea of what I'm doing here. Alright, now actually building this, it's going to be pretty tricky. So I'm actually going to have to go skill tool 0 to kind of get things perfect. Alright, so that right there on the side is actually what I've built right here. So I think it's starting to look pretty good. Alright, now one thing I'm going to have to build is actually like a super tiny little bolt, which is going to be pretty tricky. Alright, so I figured out how to do the shape, which was actually not that difficult. Pretty much you just have rotation 60, and you do it the way you usually build a circle, but use rotation 60 instead of 15. But now I need to make it super, super tiny. Alright, you know what? That actually looks pretty freaking good. Alright, there it is. Actually managed to get it in place, and it looks freaking amazing. For some reason, that was by far the hardest thing so far. So, tiny bolt. Very difficult to build. Okay, next up, let's build the bottom. Alright, so that is pretty much one side completed. So yeah, now that we actually have this, we can actually start just cloning this one little piece and pretty much creating the entire rest of the conveyor. So, delete all that crap and delete that. Alright, so there it is. That should be the entire conveyor completed. Boom, baby, there it is. Okay, but actually, needs to be a little longer. There it is, baby. That right there, honestly, is a very nice looking conveyor piece. We just gotta add like the actual arrows on the thing itself, but that should be pretty easy. All right, that's perfectly in place now. All right, then, baby, there it is. That actually looks so freaking good. Alright, so now that we have the actual conveyor itself, what I would do is actually just simply clone this 4 times. So that way you have one pointing in every direction. Because, you know, I mean, that's part of the point of having conveyors, you know? And of course, you could also build all of the other kinds of pieces like, you know, going around corner conveyors and going up conveyors, all that kind of stuff. But for now, I'm going to just stick with this one. So what I'm going to do is I'm actually going to clone this like so. And of course, just like rotate it. Boom, just like so. Alright, so there it is. That right there is all conveyors pointing in every single direction. Then we're actually going to go ahead and build a block over this block. So it's going to look a little something like this. You want to make sure that it actually sticks out about 0.5 blocks on every single side, just because this is actually going to make it 1,000 times easier to build with. And yeah, I'm just also going to clone this piece, just like so, as you guys can see right there. All right, and this is the moment when you actually want to construct the conveyor that you're going to be using. So let's actually do that. Now, I'm actually going to just move these pieces aside right here, just so, you know, I have a backup in case I mess anything up. So I'll just leave those right there. So let's actually build a conveyor that's kind of going to go all the way around the plot and do all kinds of cool, crazy stuff. All right, so everything's going to start right here. All right, so we're going to set our clone tool to 4, so that way we always perfectly connect the pieces, as you guys can see right there. And yeah, dude, this is already... Oh, dude, this is actually looking like a different game right now, dude. All right, now we're going to make a turn, and the way I'm going to do that is I'm going to grab this piece right here. All right, so I just put this piece right here at the end, but as you guys can see, yeah, these 2 pieces right here, they don't really line up. I'm also going to just go ahead and delete some of these blocks right there. Yeah, they don't really line up. So what I'm actually going to do is I'm going to go ahead and select all of these, and I think just simply rotate them like this. Okay, so one of them is not right. Maybe just delete those. You know what? This is actually starting to look pretty good now. So yeah, this is what I'll go with. Yeah, that right there is actually looking really nice. All right, time to add back in the blocks that we deleted. Also, actually, one thing that you're going to want to do, which I didn't do here, I actually completely forgot about, is make sure that these 2 blocks are not touching. They cannot touch. So literally move it by 0.1. Just like so. Boom. Okay, I actually messed that up. I think I might have to restart here. Yeah, I'll just redo these 2 pieces. Yeah, they actually cannot touch, guys, because otherwise the conveyor glitch is not going to work. And yeah, this is probably the moment where having corner conveyors would be kind of nice. But I think, yeah, I'll just delete that. And yeah. Yeah, I gotta say, that still looks very good in my opinion. So I'm just going to stick with this for now. So yeah, I'm just going to make a cool little path that's going to go all the way around the map. All right, baby, there it is. So as you can see, the conveyors are going in all the different directions. Forward, sideways, that way, that way, that way. They're going all over the place. So what we're going to have to do now is we're actually going to have to make these move. Because obviously, when I step on them, I mean, I can move, but yeah, they're not typically like making me move. So let's see. We're going to actually move all of these up just a slight bit. Just like so. So as you can see, they're just about not touching the ground. And actually, as a quick test, I'm going to select everything and unanchor it. And I'm going to make sure that I can individually move every piece. So this should not not. Yeah, that's just that piece. And none of these should actually be connected to each other. Okay, perfect. Okay, yeah, that is exactly what we wanted to see. So let me reload this whole thing and let's get this set up. All right, so what we're gonna do is we're gonna go to the back of every conveyor just around here, and we're gonna place a glue block at the end of every single one of them, just like so. Then we're gonna place a block on top of every single one of those, and then on top of that, we're gonna place a jet. I mean, this doesn't really have to be a purple jet. It can literally be any kind of jet. So actually, I'll just use this one, just because most people have these. There you go. Then next up, we're gonna place a chair right there, and we're actually gonna go select every single one of the jets with our tool and unlink those. Now, yeah, we're gonna need a delay block, and we're actually set to set this to like as little as it can be, so like 0.05, literally as low as it can get. And then we're gonna link that to the chair and link all of the jets to the delay block, just like so. So in theory, what should happen is if we actually go ahead and press F, as you can see, all of the jets just start flying straight ahead. So yeah, now that we got all of these set up, it's time that we actually adjust the speed. So if we did it right now, this thing would be insanely fast. So we're actually gonna set the jet speed to like pretty low, maybe even as low as 5. Here, let's test that out. So all I should have to do is actually simply select all of the wood blocks. All right, there you go. So we selected all the wood blocks, and pretty much the moment we press F, we actually want to hit anchor. So we're gonna press F, and then we're gonna anchor off, just like so. So as you guys can see, every single one of these jets kind of just got stuck in the middle of the air, and now we can actually delete the jets, and we're gonna skill these blocks inside of the conveyors, just like so. And yeah, now what we're gonna do is for each and every single one of these, we're gonna select everything, and then unselect the wood blocks, and we're gonna unanchor, and then anchor off again. And now we should be able to just delete all the wood, and that should actually have made our conveyor. Okay, really? It seems like I got stuck on like literally the tiniest little gap. Okay, there we go. So yeah, now we actually have a conveyor right here. Okay, I don't know why that's getting me stuck right there. I think we can fix that if we scale this like so. Yeah, I just messed up the scaling there. That's my bad. All right, there we go. Yeah, as you guys can see, it's now perfectly working. Okay, I didn't actually mess up. So yeah, that right there is how you can make conveyors that actually look really good and even function exactly like actual conveyors. Like, bro, this is amazing. Now, it's a little bit slow, but it makes sense for how, you know, conveyors are supposed to work. Now, next up, we're gonna build something I actually needed like almost my entire Discord server to help me out with, because it ended up getting pretty complicated. And that is working trampolines. Now, before we do anything, let's build the actual trampoline itself. So, generally speaking, trampolines are just big circles with, you know, like bars and, you know, stuff like that. So let's build exactly that. I rotate 15. Now, guys, keep in mind that if you ever want to actually redo these conveyors, because right now, as you guys can see, the conveyors are working, but if we save this, they actually like don't keep the movement. So you kind of just want to do the whole jet thing every single time. But you can make it super easy to set up. Like, I mean, it earlier just took me like 5 seconds to do. So yeah, it really isn't all that bad. All right, so I just placed all the blocks for the actual trampoline itself. Now, for the actual size of this thing, I think it would be kind of cool to actually stick with a similar size as you're seeing here. So right now, this one is like 1 block by 2 blocks by 2 blocks. So what if we do like 2 blocks by 4 blocks by 4 blocks? Something just like so. So let's just keep up with this. Yeah, I actually really like this size. This is pretty much perfect. So let's get this all made perfectly to size. All right, so we got the outside ring done. Now we're gonna do the actual inside part, which is, I don't really know what you call it, the trampo. Okay, that sounds really dumb. All right, so we're gonna just do the exact same thing we did just earlier. All right, the inside is getting along just nicely. It's actually starting to look pretty freaking good. All right, baby, there it is. So actually, we gotta make this look like actual trampoline. There you go. That looks a little more like it. Now, currently the actual inside here is floating, so let's actually attach it. So yeah, these are gonna be the actual springs keeping the whole thing together. All right, there it is. That's all the springs in place. Let's actually paint this a little bit of a nicer color so that way it doesn't look so bad. All right, there it is. Okay, that's looking pretty good. Now we just need the legs, and that should be all finished. All right, that right there is looking pretty good. Okay, this definitely needs to be a little darker. Yeah, okay, that looks good. All right, baby, there it is. Okay, that right there is my trampoline. So it's got the aesthetics pretty much exactly the way I wanted. I think it actually looks really cool. And yeah, it still perfectly fits into the actual shape I wanted. It's 1 block tall and then 4 by 4 by 4 blocks, like pretty much like square, you know? Of course it's a circle, but it fits within a square. And because of that, the next thing we're actually gonna go ahead and do is make sure that everything goes inside of a little cube. So yeah, as you guys can see, perfectly fits. We're gonna go 0.5, and we're gonna do the same thing we did earlier. Just scale this up a little bit. Just makes it all way easier to build with. All right, then, time to make this thing actually work. Now, in theory, you should be able to do something very similar to what we did earlier, where you kind of just, you know, point a jet upwards with a block attached. But there's only a slight problem. Okay, let's actually drop this down, unanchor it. It might fall. Yep, it's gonna fall over. Well, that's another one of the things that's kind of annoying. So yeah, what we're actually gonna have to do is we're gonna have to catch it mid-air if we actually want to use a jet. So, okay, there it is. It's linked. So we're gonna have to unanchor, activate, and then re-anchor. So I think that should be that done. Oh, yeah, guys, this actually totally works as a trampoline. If we steal this block right here and actually get rid of the jet right there, this block right here will actually make for a trampoline. So if I skill that inside right there, actually, I can delete that part, I think. Yeah, I can do the same thing. Unanchor that, the whole thing, re-anchor it. And we gotta turn a trampoline. But come on, guys. This is like baby mode, bro. This is literally a purple jet set to max bounce. And our trampoline is only this bouncy. We want more bounce than this. So yeah, we're gonna add in a little bit of extra bounce. So we're actually gonna delete that. And actually, guys, one way that you can very easily get rid of the movement on any block is if you just place a block on it. Oh god, that only works for one block. All right, we're gonna do the same thing but reverse this time. Okay, there you go, boom. So yeah, I just removed all of the bounce from this thing. Let me show you how you can make this thing really bouncy. All right, so we're gonna grab thrusters. I'm actually gonna use gray thrusters because I'm assuming most of you guys don't have like almost 1,000 red thrusters. Actually, almost 2,000 red thrusters. Yeah, it's a bit ridiculous, guys. So what we're gonna do is we're gonna build a little bit of a square with these things. Actually, I'm gonna have to make them kind of built inside of each other like so, just like that. And we're actually gonna place this like a couple times, like let's say 4 times, just like so. There you go, boom, boom, boom. Actually, it needs to be floating, so we're actually gonna slightly make it float. And then on top, I'm actually gonna place a block, just like so. And this right here is what's gonna make this whole thing really bouncy. Also, the lighter the block you place on top, like if this was metal, not very bouncy. Wood, plastic, it'll make it very bouncy. So we're gonna select this whole thing. Actually, you know what? Let's just make it even crazier. Let's actually clone it a couple times inside of each other. So yeah, there you go. That's a lot of thrusters. Then what we should be able to do is select this whole thing, unanchor it, and it drops down, and we're gonna press F and immediately anchor off. And I think that's what we just did. And oh boy, that is definitely moving really fast. Let's just move this out of the way. Okay, it's anchored off. It's kind of broken right now, but yeah, let's just get rid of it. Okay, there you go. Now let's see how much bounce we got from that. So yeah, guys, just make sure that you never place a block on top of this part, or I mean, it's just gonna break the whole thing. So we're gonna select this all, unanchor it, and re-anchor it, and then we can delete the wood block. Oh yeah, baby! That right there is a little bit more bounce, guys, because of course the way it works is it actually transfers the bouncy amount that you kind of have like going up with the thrusters, but it actually just applies it to your character when you actually jump on this trampoline now. So yeah, that is quite the bouncy trampoline. Oh my god, dude, this is actually amazing. Wait, this makes me kind of want to think like, what happens if I grab like 1,000,000 red thrusters? Okay, you know what? By the way, guys, the way you actually remove the effect is you just place a block like so, boom, you place it inside, you select the whole thing with this tool, and yeah, unanchor, re-anchor, and it just removes all of that. Yeah, it's all gone now. All right, full red thrusters, dude. This is gonna be absolutely nuts. Actually, let's just go even crazy to start with as well. Let's just go with like bigger. I mean, everyone knows bigger is better, right? All right, so I'm even cloning these inside of each other, just making even the first layer, let's say like 100 thrusters. All right, so now on each layer, there's 128 thrusters. And now we're gonna clone that up. Oh god, dude, this is gonna be nuts. Okay, all right, there we go. That right there is like, wait, what, like 400 thrusters? I thought I crashed the server, but actually it ended up catching back up. Holy crap, this is nuts. Well, we actually managed to crash the server. So here we go again. One more time. All right, let's see if I can do this. Dude, I really hope this works. An anchor, okay. So 3, 2, 1, activate it. Yeah, I didn't activate time. Activate. I'm not sitting in the chair. 3, 2, 1, activate it. It did not go straight, but if I'm being honest with you, that gets me almost like a little bit more curious about like what's actually up with this. Let's just let that go and let's try this out. So yeah, I was kind of expecting the whole thing to go straight, but I guess whatever. This will have to do for now. Or then here we go, 3, 2, 1. Okay, it does actually just straight up bounce you and really freaking high. Okay, but can I land? Okay, I missed. Wait, but does it like fling me to the side as well? Oh yeah. It definitely also has like some fling to the side to it. Yeah, if you want it to go perfectly straight, we're gonna have to build some kind of contraption to make sure that it actually does that. But yeah, guys, that is how you can build working conveyors and trampolines in Build-A-Boat. If you want to see more cool tutorials like these, subscribe right now.